know, frankly, of all the goddesses that I can think of, Fortuna is by far the most capricious, the most fickle, the most unpredictable, the most delightfully changeable of all the goddesses I have ever had the opportunity to work with. She is a force unto herself, and I would not equate her with a wave any more than I would a tidal wave or a tornado or a gentle spring breeze, because she is all of those things at once and none
more
of them. Yes. And so when it comes to Fortuna, I am happy to attend her temples in her holy city of Las Vegas and to see her work and to see all of her devout worshipers. But hers is a church I do not attend. And hers are blessings that, should they come, I am thankful for, but I do not beg for her blessings. I am grateful when they arrive.
Right.
But I don't ask Fortuna for many things, and I will tell you why. Because in the year 2000, I broke my neck, and I walked away. Walked. And so, that's enough for me. I've won the lottery already. I won't press my luck any further.
Big time. It's really amazing. You know, it's a testament that Leslie is here walking around today. And the most amazing thing, you didn't tell them the story about what happened after that accident. Go ahead, tell the story about the accident. We have time. I don't think anybody's in a rush to leave today.
Okay. I was driving to work, my muggle job, one morning, after an ice storm, and the roads had cleared. You know, Nebraska is very diligent about keeping roads clear, and they know how to handle winter. They've seen one or two. And I'm in, you know, morning rush hour traffic, and I see the cars going by, you know, and I'm thinking, how fast am I going? Because people are passing me willy-nilly. And I look, and I'm doing absolutely perfectly 60 miles an hour. And I look up, and I think, oh, well, that's just fine. And I'm hearing this NPR thing about, oh, today is the day that ice cream was invented at the 1919 World's Fair. And then I feel the back end of the pickup truck break loose.
Wow.
And my heart sank into my stomach. And I thought to myself, oh, here we go. And I just kind of went limp. Because what else do you do when you're in 60 mile an hour traffic and the back end of your pickup truck breaks loose, right? So I felt myself slide sideways, and then all of a sudden it went, and I rolled 3 times into the median.
Wow.
The first time it rolled, I slipped up out of my seatbelt, and my neck bent, and I heard my neck crack. And then the car rolled 2 or 3 more times, and I thought to myself, now the damage has happened. I was probably fine after the break, but now I'm probably screwed up. So when the car finally stopped moving, I took a deep breath, and I said, if I cannot move, I am not going to cry, because I'm alive. And I started at my toes, and I wiggled my toes, and then I wiggled my knees, and I wiggled my hips, and I started to smile, and I moved my shoulders and my fingers, and I got all the way to my head, and I couldn't move my head. And I thought, well, damn, now that's some whiplash.
Wow.
And so some people had come in the meantime, and they were debating on who was going to go first because they thought I was dead and nobody wanted to look. And so I chirped out, oh, I'm not dead. Come get me out of here. I'm cold. And so the truck is on their side. They open up the car door. They help me out. They close the car door. They right the vehicle. I go wait in another pickup truck for the ambulance to arrive. The ambulance gets there, screams and yells at all of us, grabs me, throws me on a backboard, and duct tapes my head, and then, wow, screaming off to a medical center.
To the hospital, right.
Where they started doing x-rays and looking at me, and they said...
Here comes the amazing part.
We see that you have broken C1, and we at this particular clinic are not equipped.
C1, you know, that's the Superman paralysis break.
The Christopher Reeve break.
Christopher Reeve break, right.
And so we are not equipped to handle this, and so we're going to be sending you an hour north to a better equipped hospital. So I was back in the ambulance, And they drove me to University Medical Center where they had some experimental medicine going on.
Wow.
And I got there and they started asking me some questions and running me through machines. And then at 12 noon, the break happened at 8 o'clock. Well, because I had the radio on, right? NPR always does those cute little date things right on the hour. And so then they say, have you ever broken your neck before? Wait a minute. Really? Have I ever broken my neck before? And they said, well, because your neck is completely healed. And that's the only thing we can figure, is that you've already broken your neck once and you simply re-damaged the break, but it's already healed. So would it be all right if a few dozen medical students came in to talk to you?
Can you imagine? She broke C1. C1. And in a matter of hours, it was healed so much that the doctors actually thought it was an old break and not from this accident.
And I was back at my job in 3 months.
Wow. That is amazing. It's so amazing that you're not paralyzed.
Well, what it did, it 100% changed my life. My life was never the same afterwards.
Of course.
I was an incredibly... That is the day that I decided that I would be a full-time witch.
Good for you.
And started working in that direction, because there's nothing like a near-death experience to remind you how precious life truly is, and how important it is to do what you're really meant to be doing and not whatever it was that I was doing to get the bills paid, which is what I was doing at the time. I was not living to my fullest potential. And this is why we bring up this story.
Right.
When you live to your fullest potential, magical things will unfold. When you are not living to your fullest potential, magical things also unfold, but it's the billiard ball just trying to nudge you in the right direction.
You know, Leslie, that story that you told us about your near-death experience, my goodness, it's a good one. And it reminds me of a near-death experience that I had.
Right.
And I'd like to share with you a little bit about that too today. You know, since the story came up, it's very interesting. It was, for me, it was in 2005. I was working as a tour director at the time. And I had a group of people. They were from Germany and France and Spain. It was really a big international group. The tour was in 4 languages. And we were coming into Las Vegas from from Zion Canyon, coming down the gorge there, coming down into the desert from up on the Colorado Plateau. When all of a sudden, at 70 miles an hour, the driver lost control of the bus. Of the bus, with 40 people sitting inside. And what had happened was the left front tire popped.
Oh.
Yeah. So we lost the left front tire, so the driver tried to control it, but he couldn't. And he couldn't get it to slow down either. And it kept pulling us further and further over onto the median. Luckily, there's a big median there, and we happened to go to one place where there weren't a bunch of, canyons in there, a bunch of holes. So, it wasn't all that bad as it could have been. But we were 70 miles an hour being pulled across this median and continuing, and he couldn't get it to stop. And suddenly, we look up, and here's this semi Walmart truck coming head on.
Right.
Head on. For me, the most remarkable thing about this particular experience was that I experienced my imminent death. And experiencing my imminent death, I knew that I'm not afraid. I wasn't afraid at all in this moment. So, here we go. Here we go. And yet, at the same time, I had the wherewithal. I was praying. You want to pray in that moment. It's the most immediate form of magic. And I was visualizing a protective bubble of light around the whole bus. And I was praying, please protect us, protect the bus, protect us all, protect us, please protect us. And you know what happened? That driver of that Walmart bus floored it. And instead of hitting him head on, we grazed off of his trailer because he was able to speed up and get out of the way. So we grazed off of his trailer and back onto the median, where we finally, slowly were able to stop.
Wow.
Everyone was terrorized.
Of course they were.
But we came out, with the exception of the driver, because there was broken glass around the driver. I had broken glass in my computer all around me, you know, from the impact onto the driver and me, of course, because we're sitting.
Because that's
we're sitting. Yeah, we're on the corner. I mean, we're right there where it is. And all of a sudden, you know, we got off the bus, and the entire group, including myself, all of us, without a scratch.
Amazing.
Not even one scratch. In fact, they replaced the bus and they replaced the driver. The driver was really, really shook up.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. But, you know, the whole group and me, for the rest of that trip, we were in the most amazing, elated state of mind.
Of course. Everybody just had a near-death experience.
Because we all had the entire bus had a near-death experience together. Wow. And we knew we had survived. We're alive and we're well.
And they were on vacation all the time.
And we're on vacation. It's like, oh my God. You know, it was like a celebration tour. And the office kept calling me, oh my God, one of these people must really be upset. They can sue us. No. They're very happy that we're alive.
Right.
They're just happy to be alive and well. That's all.
Right.
You know, so yeah. And to me, the most important thing about that was that I know now that I'm not afraid of my death. Because I saw it so closely, so imminently, so up front.
Right.
And to me, the most rewarding thing was the little lady who was sitting behind me. She came and she says, I heard you. And I say, you what? She says, yes, I heard you. I said, you were saying, please protect us. Not just please protect me. You were saying, please protect us, and I want to thank you for that.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
It was so rewarding.
Of course it was. Very nice.
Have you ever wanted to gain real magical abilities so you can become the master of your destiny?
Do you wish you could get the ancient secret key for free so you can build the life of your dreams?
If you've wanted more out of life, to become all that you can be, physically, romantically, financially, spiritually, then you need to take action and get this right now.
That's right, and for free, but it won't be available for much longer.
So go right now to thescienceofmiracles.com and get started. Achieve the prosperous life you want for yourself. Gain ultimate life mastery.
Are you familiar with the Rosen Cruiser with what's his name? He's popular in the States. He's the president or the from the Golden Dawn. What's his name?
Oh.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
Have David Griffin.
I saw an email yesterday that he sent out about, you know, there's a magical war going on.
Demons of the infernal realm. All of them. There is really a magical war going on. There is a guy called David Griffin who is heading all these magicians.
David Griffin is S.L. McGregor Mather's present successor.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
I'm Golden Dawn Imperator David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
David Griffin.
You know, there's a magical war going on.
So there is really a magical war going on.